What do you do in a pinch? You make a pie. And I'm going to show you how to make a really quick, delicious mushroom pie. You can modify this in any way you want, but if it's a busy day, which we all have our busy lives to take care of, this one is super easy. We are going to start with some mushrooms. I have white button and portobello just washed and cut up. So we're going to put them to start sautéing here. Let's give it a bit of oil, crank up the temperature so they can start reducing and getting a lot of flavor. While they are enjoying their life in the pan, then we are going to prepare our oven pot. And since this is, as I said, in a pinch, we are using store-bought puff pastry. And for puff pastry, to be honest, it's not really worth it to make it on your own. It's a hell of a process to get it to where you need it, with layers up and down. This is something that you can better buy in a store. And as I said, you can glue it together if it breaks like this. Makes it easy.
This is a fresh one. It wasn't a
This is a fresh one. It's not frozen. It's not frozen. It's fresh. That's also why it's a little bit more fragile.
Of course.
Bit of oil in our oven pot, and then we just spread that around. Oh, they start to sound nice now. Get some oil in here.
It's a quick fix for a weekday.
Yeah. You could, I mean, in many of these mushrooms, it's also chicken mushroom. So you add in some chunks of chicken breast or chicken thigh.
Or you can even use canned mushrooms if you don't have time or you don't have mushrooms, to go into the sautéing.
Exactly. That could easily be done. So flip this over, press it down, nice and easy. See, it fits perfectly. It's like it's made for it. This is going to be nice and easy and delicious. Now that's nice and ready. So now all we have to do is wait for our mushrooms here to reduce and become super delicious. And now we're about, I would say, halfway gone with these or done with these. You can see the water is starting to reduce in the bottom. They're getting rid of all of that. Now I'm going to add a good pinch of salt to help pull out the rest of the moisture. And then I'm going to add my onions. I don't want to fry them. That's why I'm adding them now. I just want them to start softening up so that they don't lose their texture. But if you put them in raw, that's what the woman, our friend who gave us the recipe, said we should. But I think I would tend to want them to soften a little bit. So here's one large white onion chopped up. Just want to get that to soften up here as the mushrooms, they are finishing here. Give it 5 more minutes and then that will be ready to go in our oven pot. There we are. Water is evaporated and we have a nice, and it smells fantastic. So that goes straight in our oven pot here with our dough. Spread that out nicely. It smells fantastic and it's so simple. There is nothing here. Very, very simple. Gonna give it a round of black pepper. Just for some added flavor. And then we're going to go in with some cheese. Probably I'm not going to use all of it, but this is some cubed up...
Let's see, it's nice. It's a nice melty Gruyère, but very, very tasty.
You could use cheddar, you could use basically any good melting
cheese. That melts.
That's good and melting. That's important because you want to have that when you open this.
Choose the one you like.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You could even be really decadent and put brie. I don't think I'm going to use all of it. That would be too much. Then it would be more of a cheese pie than it is a mushroom pie. This is good. This is what we're going to end up with. And then we're going to flip this over. Whoopsie. Get it down there the way I want it. So we just tuck it in.
Yep.
I mean, we want to have all the dough, the goodness there. I mean, yeah. You could go overboard and you could put this in a round pot and make it really fancy, decorative and stuff like that. But if it has to be quick, you have to do it like this. And the thing is, once you bake it, it looks pretty anyway. That's the beautiful thing about puff pastry.
You have to actually explore more pies, because I do love pies.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It's a nice snack also to get with you at work.
True.
Yeah?
That's a good idea. Let me just give some punches with a fork around. So if we get any steam so it doesn't become a balloon, just a couple of those. That also adds to the presentation when we are done. Egg wash, just a couple of eggs. Nothing special, but you want that for the golden crust. There we go. I think this looks about good. But again, a little bit for the presentation. I'm going to give it a bit of black sesame seeds.
And it has nice taste. And it looks nice also.
It's going to give it a little bit of a nicer presentation when this puffs up in the oven. Yep. I think that looks pretty. Mm-hmm. Then that goes middle rack, 170, 180 for half an hour, 35 minutes. We leave it there to become beautiful and then we will show you. 40 minutes in the oven and it looks beautiful and it smells fantastic. I love puff pastry and the smell of butter in the air.
Yeah.
But have a look at this. That's what you're looking for. Ooh. If that's not pretty, I told you, even though I was very unprofessional in assembling this, but the end result is pretty. The unfortunate thing is now we have to let it cool down before we can taste it, because cut this now, ain't gonna work.
It will fall apart.
It will fall apart. So I have to suffer, you won't. See you in a second. 1 second later, but for me it was half an hour. I have been suffering because it smells so good and it looks beautiful. So let me try and get a nice piece of this, but would you look at this? Oh. Look at the cheese, the gooiness. This is fantastic. And the smell, the butter from the puff pastry.
I think our friend Dora was right when she said that's a good recipe.
I'm sure this is not good for your cholesterol, but I'm sure it's good for your soul because that is just damn good. So easy pie, just with mushrooms, add chicken, do whatever you want, but it's a super easy recipe and it looks pretty even if you do a bad job of assembly. So give it a shot.